And welcome to Grosse Pointe, Michigan, the scene of the Glenn Connolly Invitational. A double dip here on the Prep, a special Saturday, the final day of baseball in the state of Michigan in the regular season. My name is Chad Bush alongside Ian Unsworth. Ian, great to have you along today. A great game between a couple of programs that have done wonderful things in their respective leagues, and both teams sort of aiming for the postseason at this point. Today we get a look at the Cowboys of Western taking on Liggett, coming off that 2-1 win yesterday against Grosse Pointe South.
There's so much success with both of these programs. You've got Detroit Western, who's already got a city championship. They've played in Comerica Park. Dan Cimini and Liggett have 5 state championships and a group that's very, very successful, going back to the Little League World Series in 2018. So both of these groups are not going to get rattled under any circumstances. But I think the question today is legs. They played yesterday. You've played games in the midweek. So which group has more energy? You probably had an early wake-up, down some scrambled eggs at 7:30 a.m., get to the ballpark early, get your swings in. Which of these groups has more energy, has more depth, especially when it comes to arms, and can make it through this 2-game slate?
Yeah, good point. Western played twice yesterday, like Liggett, but Western went down twice. They played here 11-1 loss to the number 1 team in the state, Northville, who we'll see later against Liggett in Game 2. Then they went out to White Lake and took on Lakeland and lost 4-1. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of travel, a lot of back and forth. Liggett, meanwhile, has stayed home, and they are coming off that 2-1 win. So a little bit of the journey. We'll see how long that does last, or at least work on the legs of, you think, Western, who's already battling some things.
And I think on the Liggett side, you just played a crosstown rival, and you got the win. So that gives you juice. You've got a lot of depth on this squad, a lot of different arms, and an offense that, if it gets going early, can really get after the Western bullpen.
All right, we've got Dan Cimini coming up next. The conversation with the bench boss in his 19th year comes up next. Welcome back to Grosse Pointe. The Preps coverage today includes 2 games. Grosse Pointe Liggett, who won yesterday against Grosse Pointe South. They'll take on Western in Game 1. And then Northville on Game 2, or with Dan Cimini, who knocked off his former coach yesterday. And it's got to feel good to get a win against Grosse Pointe South, period. And then you beat your former mentor, your current mentor, your old head coach. How cool was it to get a win against South, and how important was it for your team?
It's cool. You know, it's cool to play those rivals, and all the kids know each other, and everybody knows each other on the other side of the field. So it was a lot of fun, and you know, we go back and forth with them over the years, so it's fun. It's fun. We got them this year, but it gives us a lot of confidence going into the playoffs and going into these games.
Yeah, and these games today include Detroit Western, a team that's won the PSL 15 straight seasons. They're well coached, and they're a team that's going to compete today. They got knocked off against Northville. A lot of teams are.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you see in the Cowboys that you're intrigued with?
Well, they're always phenomenal defensively. You know, Juan does a great job with them. They know the game. They're taught very well and coached very well. So I expect them to come out and compete like they always do, and they're always in every game. So
you won yesterday with pitching and defense.
Yes.
2 runs in the first, and that's all you needed. And look, Reggie didn't have his best stuff, but he competed.
He did.
And Tommy Scheck had some pretty good stuff, and he competed.
Yep.
How impressed are you with your pitching and defense right now?
Well, that's what's getting us to where we need to go. I mean, when we hit, we're good. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat us when we can put some runs on the board. But our pitching been really, really good this year. Barr did really well this year. Randazzo's done extremely well. Reggie Sharp's been done really well. Jackson Fetter, who's throwing today, he's done a great job as a sophomore. So we've got guys that pound the zone and let our defense go to work.
Fetter gets the ball today, you mentioned. What can you tell us about Fetter, his stuff, and what you like about this kid?
Well, he's got huge upside. You know, he competes. Big, tall, lanky. He's got a lot in the tank. Sneaky fast. Pounds the strike zone. Good off speed. Good changeup. So that's what his job is. His job is to throw the ball over the plate and let our guys pick it up.
We won't talk to you before Northville, so I'd like your thoughts on the Mustangs, who you'll face in Game 2, the number 1 team in the state of Michigan, kind of unanimously right now. You've already knocked off Orchard Lake St. Mary's and ended their 85-game win streak. Your team's got to feel like they can beat anybody.
Absolutely.
The Mustangs aren't just anybody, but they're one of the best right now. What are your thoughts on Northville?
Extremely well coached. Coach Kostreva does a great job. He's a good friend of mine. They have some really talented players over there. They play the game the right way. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge for us, but we relish that. We want that. We want to play the best. We played them last year and beat them here in this tournament. So we're looking to compete at a high level with them and hopefully come out with a dub.
This is the Glenn Connolly Invitational. What is Glenn Connolly? What did he mean to you?
He meant everything to me. He was a coach here for 40 plus years. I took over the program from him, but I asked him to be my assistant coach, and he was my assistant coach all the way up until when he passed away. Just a great baseball guy. He's the one that nominated me to be in the Hall of Fame. So I owe him a lot. He was an unbelievable man. So every year we think about him and wear throwbacks and play a little baseball in his honor.
That's awesome. That's a nice thing. You're doing a good thing. Thanks for joining us. Best of luck today.
Appreciate it.
I know we'll catch up with you in the playoffs, but this concludes the regular season today, and best of luck in the double dip.
Thank you so much.
All right, there he is, Dan Cimini, head coach, doing great things at Liggett, 5 state titles on his hand. We're coming back with a start of Game 1. It's Western and Liggett right here on the Prep. Welcome back to Grosse Pointe. Chad and Ian with you. We're set for baseball. The first pitch has been dealt by Fetter, and we're set. This is Valdivinos in the box, and the second pitch is low. Chad and Ian, look, this is a lineup for Detroit Western. It's been battle-tested all year, and they're going to try to get something going early after only putting together 2 runs in both games yesterday combined.
It's been shuffled multiple times as well.
It has. So this is Valdivinos, Rico Valdivinos, just a freshman, 5'8", 180-pounder, and he is the leadoff man today for Juan Carlos Sanchez and the Detroit Western International Cowboys. Fetter ready. Fetter, a long, lean 10th grader, and I guess the good news is that he's got great defense behind him. Got to give confidence to the young man. We'll meet that defense in a moment. On ball foul past Johnson, who's down there at first today.
Seen 3 pitches early on from Fetter. Fastball in the mid-80s, curveball, he just threw it there, and also a changeup. That's impressive for a guy that's just a sophomore. Usually the changeup is the last pitch you pick up as a pitcher. You go fastball breaker, but to have a feel for that third pitch thus early on means that he'll be getting looks.
No doubt. And getting comfy early. A lot of confidence for Fetter. We've seen him a few times this year on Long Ball Live. Playing regular 3-4 baseball in the Catholic League. A lot of times, every time it's a Catholic League game, it's 2-3 baseball. There's a line drive to left. It's a base hit for Valdivinos. So he starts things off with a single handled by Murphy in left. And this is what the doctor ordered for the Cowboys.
Put a little pressure on a young pitcher. Pitch that's low and away. Fetter's ball has that natural run towards the right-hand batter's box, and Valdivinos stays on it, poking it the other way.
Great piece of hitting by the freshman, and you get a look at the lineup. Valdivinos followed by Contreras, Diaz, and Gutierrez. Gersau, Frias, Cruz, Fahum, and Strong to follow. This is Contreras. And he grounds one back to the pitcher. Could be 2 to Purify for 1. And the tailor-made double play to Johnson. 2 for the price of 1. And Fetter out there grinning ear to ear after that one.
Saves him a lot of trouble, a lot of stress. Just 1 pitch.
It was hard hit, and the kid kept his composure. That's not always a given.
And luckily he got a nice hop off this beautiful turf surface.
It is. It's a nice surface. One of 8 fields in this luxurious compound here at Grosse Pointe University Liggett. Nice off-speed pitch to start the number 3 hitter in the lineup for Juan Carlos Sanchez. This is Diaz, Justin Diaz. Fetter has that firm fastball. It's sort of got some Getty up in. It sneaks up on you just a little bit, but when you can offset it with 2 off-speed pitches, it looks a lot hotter.
There is that fastball, and after the first pitch curve, Fetter's already ahead, and he can do whatever he wants. It helps when you got a Texas commit behind the plate as well, who's called almost every game. He's experienced, and his head coach relaying the pitches knows a great deal.
No doubt. Oliver's service behind home plate again. There's a tapper over the head of Fetter. Reggie's going to have to hurry, and he'll misread it a bit. And there's no chance they were really going to get Diaz anyway, but it looked like Reg might have just let this thing, let's take another look.
Another bad hop this time off the turf surface. Sharp lets it go for Purify, who's coming across the diamond. You think the momentum's carrying the shortstop to first, so he's got the better chance to throw. But Diaz, with that speed, really burning down the line, and it was a tough play for the shortstop.
So that'll bring up Abel Gutierrez with a man on and 2 men out. This is the Schoolcraft College commit, Abel Gutierrez. Detroit Western comes in 17-16-1. Pitch outside, gets away. It's a wild pitch. Down to second goes Diaz. Now in scoring position with 2 outs.
Everything Fetter's thrown thus far has been away from hitters, and he yanked that one a little bit.
Yeah, everything's been glove side. Against the right-handed hitters, I guess it's not the worst of things.
Great communication from the Western dugout. They read Purify sneaking behind the second base bag, and the shouts of back were coming before the runner even moved.
Yeah, it's a close-knit group down there, led by Juan Carlos Sanchez. The 2 brothers, Hector and Anthony Gutierrez, are the assistant coaches. And it's a staff that knows each other quite well. Juan Carlos Sanchez played in the Catholic League at Detroit Catholic Central, grad of '94. So that's a walk, and 2 men are now on as the wind continues to blow. A constant theme here on this lakefront park. Lake's just, what, about a half-mile away? Line shot off the fence. So this is Jurasai, the left fielder. Julian Jurasai. He's got a chance to do something here in the top of the first, just underway. 1 hit in the inning, 2 hits in the inning now. An infield hit and then a leadoff opposite field single that was wiped out with a double play. There's been some pretty decent swings, though, against Fetter when he has found that zone. But as Ian mentioned, he's been outside of it for much of this game. Just misses off the plate.
That's a good pitch, though, 0-2. If Service can frame it up, bring it back in the zone, maybe you get that strike call, or you get Jurasai to chase.
So now 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 men on. Fetter with a long look.
Big gap between short and third.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. The high cheddar ends the inning. So here come the Liggett Knights. No score in the first, despite a couple hits from the Cowboys. We're back. It's University Liggett right after this.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
No score as we go to the bottom half of the first. Let's check in on the field with our on-field reporter, Olivia Yatuma. Olivia, what you got?
Thank you, Chad. I think it's safe to say that this Western versus Liggett game is one for the books. There are currently 2 players on Western's roster that are out for the season due to injury, and a third that was hit by a ball in yesterday's game and is therefore no longer to play today. Western has won 15 of the last city championships in the PSL, so they're definitely one to beat, but they do have their fair share of challenges. Liggett is 3rd in Division II in the state, so they've definitely got a good game today. And back to you, Chad.
Thanks, Olivia. No doubt, injuries have been a big part of that Western season. And, you lose a couple of guys in Hymas and you lose Garcia, Ian, and it does change the complexity of your season a bit. But, look, the bottom line is they're not coming back for the rest of the season, and you sort of adapt. And at this point, you got what you have, and perhaps it's enough to get to a district title.
Hymas was their big power bat, a guy committed to Macomb Community College who could really, really swing it with superior exit velocity. But we saw in that top of the first what the Western offense can do, popping the ball around the park, singles, moving runners over, being disciplined at the plate. So there is an approach there, and it's a team approach.
No doubt. So here's the Liggett Knights. They'll lead it off with Jaron Purify, the Clemson commit, and the shortstop. And he'll be followed by Reggie Sharp. Pitches inside. Purify got plunked yesterday. On the mound is Ybarra. Ground ball off the foot. So Ybarra is pitching. He's facing one of the best players in the country. It's a slide piece over for a strike.
And that had Purify backing off the plate after a couple inside heaters.
Tight one there. Yeah, it's worked it around well. This is a guy that you have to strategize. Dangerous hitter, some power, some gap, a lot of speed. Ball that just misses. Tight take for Jaron. All-stater from a year ago. That one is crushed deep to left. Way back looking is Fahum, and that ball is gone. Home run for Jaron Purify. His 5th of the year, and Liggett has struck first in the Glenn Conley Invitational. 1-0 Knights.
What a way to end an at-bat. 3-2, he knows the fastball is coming. It's letter high, turns around on it and smacks it into left. Got a couple inside that you thought might have backed him off the plate, but after a couple unsuccessful off speeds, Purify had to know the heater was coming.
Man. His dad out there in left center had to get down. That was such a hot shot. He collects home run balls for his son, and that's where he hit it, right where his daddy was. Swing and a miss. His father caught the last home run when we were here a few weeks ago. Here's Reggie Sharp Jr. 1-0 Liggett on the solo shot by Purify. Reggie goes the other way, and the competition to catch a foul ball or a home run ball is upon us. Everybody's trying to snatch one now.
In a high school game, wouldn't usually call them souvenirs.
That's right. Yeah, if you get away with a ball in high school,
it's probably going in the cages the next day.
Yes, yes it is. We talked to Jay Alexander a couple games back, and he said when they were at Wayne State and he was a player, his coach would schedule Michigan so they could go and just get their baseballs. And he said, hey, look, in batting practice, listen, everybody get a ball. I mean, Michigan's got an unlimited budget. Just take their balls. They don't care. And they did, and it helped the budget. There's a ground ball in the hole, handled by Contreras. Throw to first, and a fine play to free us for out number 1.
Sharp's not happy with himself, rolling out his neck as he walks back to the dugout.
No, he's not. A little upset with his selection of that. Western defensively, Valdovinos behind home plate. Ibarra doing the pitching. Frias at first. Cruz at second. Diaz at short. Contreras at third. Fahum in center. Gutierrez in right. And in left field, Jurasai. Here comes Oliver Service, the Texas commit. 1-0. Grosse Pointe Liggett. Ibarra on the mound.
When Ibarra gets on top of his off-speed pitch, it's tough to read.
Really is. Got some nice movement. Oliver, a big fan of TikTok videos. He's got over 22,000 followers on TikTok. He's got a post with over 1.5 million views. And this kid is just good at everything. Loves to golf. Football, he scored 4 touchdowns in a game. 4 different ways. Ground ball up the middle. This is going to be a tough play. Throw to first. Out at first. Fine play by Diaz. Service was in between sliding and not. And he's out on a bang-bang play. Tom Habit said so.
Very tough call. A good hustle from Diaz playing that bounce. Again, we've seen a couple high hoppers over the middle.
See the batting lineup as Service is out with Barr coming up now in the 4 spot. Followed by Jones, Martin, Johnson, Murphy, and Randazzo for Dan Cimini, the head coach, in his 19th season. Dan with 5 state titles to his credit. Got a win over Grosse Pointe South yesterday. That had to feel good. Going back and beating his old head coach. Here's Preston Barr, the Michigan commit. We'll see Barr on the mound in game 2. He's the top pitcher on this team. Strike call.
Great pitch sequencing from Valdovinos behind the dish. Go inside with the heater, then outside with the breaker.
Good mix of pitches.
What's interesting to me is Valdovinos is a freshman behind the dish, but he is calling the game. No input from the coaching staff.
Impressive. That hits the elbow of Barr, and the umpire, he shows him the abrasion, and the umpire wants nothing to hear about it.
Yeah, home plate up thought it hit the barrel of the bat.
Yeah. Barr's saying no. Here, he pulled down his sleeve and said, look at the bruise. That's back-to-back days that umpires have said you have to get out of the way and have not allowed a free pass on that. Barr pops it up, right center field, on the run, playing the wind for whom? And he makes the catch for out number 3. So, a run for Liggett on the blast by Purify. 1-0 Knights as we go to the top of the second in beautiful Grosse Pointe.
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
I think Liggett to me has just an extraordinary environment that you can't find at any other school. Just the one-on-one time with your teachers and the environment focusing on you and benefits to your learning. That's really important to me because school is about learning and I want to come here every single day and I'm excited to come.
Frias, Cruz, and Fahum to start things for Western. Chad and Ian back with you. 1-0 Liggett. They got the home run from Jaron Purify. And now Fetter will try to hold the lead. It was 2 runs in the first yesterday for Liggett, and they would not score again. There's a shot off the fanny of Fetter. The throw to first, and Purify got him. Oh, you can't hit a ball any harder. Frias smoked it. And it went off the booty or the hip. I don't know. But that hurts. Maybe the back. You hope Fetter's okay. But how about the follow by Purify? Yeah, got him on the back. Dan Cimini with a quick massage. There's been folks getting hit by baseballs like crazy. We saw both coaches get plugged yesterday. We'll get another shot, hopefully, of this.
Looks like Liggett's already got a player out in the bullpen, too, just in case, but.
Fetter with some tosses. You got a Dan Cimini. Reggie Sharp Sr. at first base, the first base coach, an assistant coach, got hit yesterday in the thigh. Dan Griesbaum, the 40th year head coach, and the winningest active manager in wins in state right now, got hit yesterday in the back. Watch out. It was a hot shot up the box earlier today. It turned into a double play. There's a fly ball to right. Up and playable for Ryan Jones. He'll make the catch. We're with Ian Unsworth, recent graduate of Syracuse.
Oh, don't make me feel old, Chad.
Well, it's full circle because yesterday we had in your seat there, Mac Katz, who is he's a senior and going to Syracuse, and he's going to be the manager on the basketball team for Coach Adrian Autry. And he did a fine job for the first 4 innings yesterday. And I said, well, we got another Syracuse guy coming tomorrow. We got to introduce you. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be part of a new era.
He will.
I went out with Jim Boeheim, and he'll head in with Coach Autry.
Yeah, that's right. So that's kind of a cool storyline. We'll have to introduce you for sure. Mac's a very insightful young man. This is Fahum, the center fielder, Walter Fahum. Liggett comes in 18-11 on the year, ranked 3rd in Division II. Detroit Western comes in 17-16-1. Winners of 15 straight PSL City Championships. They knocked off Cass Tech last week. We covered that game on the prep from Comerica Park.
It's only been a 6-pitch inning for Fetter. There's been some insult to injury, but
it helps. Maybe it woke him up. Got him sharper, got him tighter. He ends the top half of the second with a K, a quick-moving second inning. And here you get a look at the high cheddar from Fetter. Come on back to Grosse Pointe, won't you, for the bottom half of the second. 1-0 Knights.
compete at Liggett definitely gives you a title that you have to be up to a standard that no one else is. Everyone's eyes are on you at all times, and it's just a great honor to have, honestly, when all your peers look up to you and look for you for guidance and leadership. Cimini is definitely a great coach. A little hard at times. He's definitely where you want to be and who you want to be coached under to prepare yourself for the collegiate level or any higher level. We currently have 1 state championship at my time here, and I just love the family and togetherness we have. It's just amazing to be a part of a team with so many humble guys. It's just untradeable. Right now, I am going through the process of the 2023 MLB draft. It's definitely something that I take pride in, and I'm very proud of myself for getting to this point. Liggett is definitely the place you want to be at if you're looking to enhance your people skills and just to be a great person and do good things for yourself. I believe Liggett teaches you the characteristics to life and how to prepare you for wherever you're going to be in life.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Easy in Unsworth, my name is Chad Bush. As we get ready to start the bottom half of the second, 1-0 Liggett. And this is Ryan Jones. We also had his twin brother, Jack Jones, in the booth a couple of games back.
Jack's out with that season-ending leg injury, which is a shame because his presence would have given even more firepower to this team.
Oh, you're not kidding. I mean, that was the number 2 starter and a guy that really helps them on the mound. Hot shot to third, handled by Contreras. And the fire to Frias, there's 1 up and 1 down. No, that was a big impact and forced Reggie Sharp to move from his natural spot at second to gather some innings like he did yesterday. He's done a whale of a job, but no, it limits him. It limits Liggett.
Most importantly, when you get to those district games and the state tournament, you need arm after arm. Something you have to love about this invitational here is how it's structured like the districts. You get to get this, you get a week to regather, prepare, see maybe if you're a coaching staff, how you order your rotations differently, and then you go back at it for the real thing.
Yeah. That's right. And you get a little more time if you get the bye. And Liggett has earned that. They will host the district. And if, you know, your season's gone a little bit average or below, you got to play midweek coming up. I think Wednesday for the bottom seeds districts begin. And, yeah, it's a Saturday for most of the teams that have finished in the top half of the state. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. This is Martin, the batter. The home plate umpire today is Herschel Bell. Tom Habits is the field umpire. Strike 3 call. Ybarra with a frozen backwards K.
Working that outside edge. And when he comes back with the fastball after that breaking ball, speed up those hitters' eyes by about 10 degrees.
First strikeout of the day for Ybarra, has yet to walk anybody. Here's Johnson. Andrew Johnson, guy they call Shoeless, sort of an old school player. Cimini really credits the work ethic. This young man quickly ahead as Ybarra seems to have got some confidence in.
He's on the outside corner. That's a typical 0-2 pitch. Leave that chunk away, see if a hitter will chase. But you have to stay there and force Liggett to take it the other way.
That's right. That one's tapped down the right side. Second game that we will see today is Northville, #1 in the state of Michigan, #1 in Division I, against this Liggett squad, but a lot of chicken left on the bone in this one.
That was a pitch for Johnson to hit. Center cut fastball, 1-2, bit of a mistake. Johnson seemed to be right on it. Would expect Ibarra to maybe come back with off speed.
Swing and a miss. Got him. Ibarra heating up. Freshman on fire. Grosse Pointe keeping his team in it. The second K of the inning. Top of the third about to begin. And the Glenn Conley Invitational. Fetter out to take his third inning of tosses. What do you think about Fetter so far?
We'll see how he responds in this inning. Got the bottom of the order and then 1-2. That's the biggest question. Can he make it through the top of the lineup again? They pieced him up a little bit.
Yeah, this is Strong, the 9-hitter in the lineup. Tristan Strong. Detroit Western, 18 district titles to their credit. Also one regional title. They were one pitch away from the Final Four in 2011. Coaches Anthony and Hector Gutierrez were brothers and starters on that team in 2011. The best in school history. Anthony played at Wayne State and Hector played at Michigan. Under Eric Bakich, the current Clemson head coach, who is happy to have Jaron Purify as a commit for Liggett. Might have been a cross up there. Service looked stunned, and Dan Cimini looks a bit annoyed.
It seems like Fetter's lost his feel a little bit. Breaking ball doesn't seem as tight. The one he threw was lofted in. And since the signs are coming from the dugout, whether that was a service mix-up or a Fetter mix-up, something's got to get ironed out.
Right. Fetter's thrown 32 pitches, 18 for strikes, 14 for balls. He's given up just 2 hits, no runs. He's walked just 1, despite that split on ball strike being a little bit too much on the ball side. The conference is over and ready to get back to business. These mid-pitch conferences seem to be more popular these days. This would never happen in the 90s.
Yeah, very interesting. It's 2-2 count. Probably pitches have already been signaled in, and Service knows what's coming.
Right. Strike 3 called. painted it beautifully on the black. Strikeout on Strong, and that'll flip the order to the top side, but this was nice, Ian.
That's good timing, too, for a mound visit. Leave it right on the outside corner. Strong's not swinging. Cimini probably made a mechanical adjustment, said, get the signs figured out. Those two things just occurred.
Yeah, no doubt. So, top of the order to Valdovinos, who had that base hit to start things. It's a freshman battery today with Valdovinos and Ybarra. Ground ball to short. Routine play for Purify, and there's 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning for the Cowboys.
Vetter got inside on the hands of Valdovinos. That single in the first came to the opposite field. The fastball was low and away, but Valdovinos couldn't keep his hands inside to get the barrel to it.
So that will bring up Contreras with 2 outs and nobody on, top of the 3rd inning. Solid pitch there to start off one of the top hitters in this lineup.
The feel for the breaking ball is back, then Vetter can keep cruising.
Perfect day for baseball. We had a beautiful night last night. And we got another dandy today. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Lifted out of here. Beautiful complex.
And a nice adjustment from Contreras. Strong struck out on that outside fastball.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of moving in and out, up and down. Savvy for especially a 10th grader. Line shot right at the 6'3" Preston Barr, who grabs it gladly. And that ends the top half of the 3rd inning. Cruising along. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. Home team by 1.
Differentiator here at University Liggett School and University Liggett Middle School is our approach to teaching and learning. Teaching and learning isn't something that happens to kids here, it's something that matters to them. And the ways that you see that come alive in middle school are through the projects that students are working on. Our 6th graders in the hallway with RC cars, racing them down the hallway and slamming on the brakes, trying to figure out the formula for velocity rather than that being something that they look up in their textbook. I think about our 7th grade bodybuilder projects where students are creating a 2-dimensional scale model of the human body that includes every body system. I think of our 8th graders with their civics projects where they're looking at a problem that exists in the community and thinking of ways to help solve that problem, but not only thinking of ways, taking action steps, writing letters to representatives, creating PR campaigns to help solve their problem. Any opportunity we have to make sure that students' questions matter, that student voice and choice have a place in the classroom is where we're going to be.
So here comes Murphy for Liggett. It'll be Murphy followed by Randazzo and then Purify. Purify responsible for the game's only run. Solo shot to left center on a line. Here's the senior Neil Murphy, the lefty, against Ybarra, the freshman. One hopper to second, fine soft hands by Cruz. And there's 1 up and 1 down.
Cruz made a tough play look easy. The ball's hit right at you. Your feet get stapled to the ground, but but he sat back on it, got low, and the turf gave him a beautiful hop.
So true. So here's Joey Randazzo, guy that's been playing baseball since he's been 4 years old. Also football and basketball. And he's picked up golf recently. We've seen Joey on the mound this year. We might see him at some point in game 2, but he's been very versatile. Played in the Little League World Series. That one's lifted up, fouling out of play. Joey, the youngest in his family, has an older sister, Olivia, and a brother, Lewis, and all very athletic, competing in the house. Joey's headed to Macomb Community College. He's going to study business. And he pops one to second. And Cruz will wave off Gutierrez. There's quickly 2 outs in the Liggett third inning. Here comes the home run guy. And the man responsible for the long ball earlier today, Jaron Purify.
Purify hit that homer on a high fastball. Would think Ybarra tries to keep it low and away and mixes in a couple more breaking balls, because first time through, that curve really worked wonders.
Yeah, it did. Got to be careful with him here. And nothing firm there. Purify likes to cook a little bit. In fact, he loves to cook breakfast. Where was he this morning? We could have had some. Pat the Stat brought some donuts. We appreciate that. There's a base hit to right field. And Purify has both hits for the home team today. Showing off a little bit here, Ian. Little Lapo.
He's been on the outside corner because Ybarra's been on the outside corner to every single hitter. He got through the bottom of the order, but against these top bats, can't make many mistakes and leave it up in the zone.
No doubt. Ybarra started the year at Detroit Catholic Central. He transferred out of there quickly. And here he is. He found a home at Detroit Western.
And Sharp's crowding the plate, expecting that outside fastball. Ybarra goes back inside.
Little movement, making Reggie move his feet. Reggie got plunked yesterday. So did his dad, the first base coach, Dr. Reggie Sharp. Good speed. There goes Jaron, and the hit and run. And watch out. Man. Woo. We okay down in that dugout? Jaron will have to come back. It's a tough day to be a fan with these baseballs being hunted. Good crowd on hand now. We're expecting a bigger crowd as number 1 Northville will make their way in the gates here soon enough. That's a 1 o'clock start planned. Purify not going, and that's a strike 3 hammer. Reggie doesn't love the call, but the Knights are out. All right. Ian Unsworth will take you home on the mic with a play-by-play call right after this. 1-0 Knights. We go to the top of the 4th.
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Back at University Liggett High School, the score, Knights 1, Detroit Western Cowboys nothing. Ian Unsworth, Chad Bush to my right. Beautiful day for baseball. 66, slight wind blowing towards our faces behind home plate, but can't complain. The sun's out, and we're under a tent, so we're not getting sunburned.
That's it, man. No sunburn.
Lanky Jackson Fetter back on the bump. He's going through 3-4-5 in the top of the fourth. First pitch popped up by Justin Diaz. All for service towards the netting, and it bounces right on the outside.
Right on the outside. I mean, that just got over the fence. It hit about an inch beyond the net on the other side. Can't get any closer than that.
Diaz, 50th ranked sophomore in Michigan, according to Prep Baseball Report. Single to right, his first time up. Also manned a pretty good shortstop through the first 3 innings. And that Little League curveball from Fetter slows the hitter down. He's had 0-2.
Yeah, you said it. Just enough of a breaking ball to change pace.
Fetter fires back up with the heat. Diaz fouls it off.
Doesn't always have to be that 12-6 sharp breaker. Sometimes you do want to show maybe a Little League breaking ball and 2 different depths.
3 strikeouts for Fetter already. Drops the arm angle, leaves it high and outside. 2 hits for Detroit Western in the first, none since. Infield playing back for the Knights. 3-hopper to Purify. He winds, fires. Low throw, but Johnson digs it out. Purify gets a little help from his first baseman. Gives him a point afterwards as a little thank you. 6-3 on the putout.
Nice job by Johnson to get low. You want to stay on the bag, but you also want to make sure you get that baseball because that's a couple extra bases perhaps. And Purify's usually throwing a strike over there, but sometimes a little off target's just fine. You need some help.
Here's Abel Gutierrez, walked in his first plate appearance. Fetter paints the corner for strike 1.
You see Ian, he's just coming back and making it a point to throw strike 1. And that percentage really helps you along the way.
Leaves what looked to be a slider outside.
I didn't say anything about strike 2 now. The second pitch, just the first one.
And when I say outside, it hit right to the right of our setup here.
It almost hit the Schwarzenegger. And he's sniffing that net, getting a little nosy. You're going to have to back him off the plate a little bit.
Fastball rides up and in. Gutierrez, 5'8", 165. Headed to Schoolcraft College after this baseball season.
It's a fine program over there. And play some good baseball. The MIAA.
One of 2 Schoolcraft commits on the Cowboys. 3-1. Popped up high, right and foul. Almost like my golf swing.
Did you get a chance to play since you graduated?
Yeah, I've been back to the range a few times. Went to Lake Forest in Ann Arbor the other week.
Nice.
Not great. Not
All
great,
right.
but,
all right.
You know, it's a summertime hobby, and we'll leave it at that.
Oh, man. You got a lot of time to get good at golf.
Full count delivery. And Gutierrez does the same thing with it.
Meanwhile, I don't. I've been taking lessons from the Westfalls. Just watching them golf is you absorb it. Fun to watch. Evan and Alex. We'll have to get out.
Fetter nods home. Here's another full count pitch. High fastball, swing and a miss. And Gutierrez sits down. Fetter's 4th strikeout.
Yeah, it looked like a little up and in 2-seam run and handcuffed the batter. Fine look there at it. Out is Gutierrez. That's a tough out. That's the cleanup hitter for Juan Carlos.
First pitch to Julian Jurasai, fouled straight back.
That scared me. Not gonna lie.
Chad did duck and cover his head with his hands.
I'm usually like just conditioned to see that, but that scared me.
I, being the quick-handed fellow that I did, was ready to drop my pencil and snag it.
You're a team guy. You put your hand right in front. You're ready to protect me. That tells me a lot about you.
0-1 coming. Breaking ball misses outside.
Alex Westfall would have let that thing go. He wouldn't have reached his hand out.
Luckily, the crew is 6 feet to the right. They'll be okay. Feder looking for his third straight 1-2-3 inning. A little fisted off the hands. Flip to first. Sharp's covering. And there it is.
Savvy play by Sharp to come over. That's the pitcher's ball, but Sharp knew that he needed his back. Fine hustle play, savvy play by Mr. Smooth.
Jackson Feder's retired 9 straight. Liggett with a 1-0 lead through 3.5.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Oliver Service leads off the bottom of the fourth for University Liggett. First pitch from Damian Ibarra, high bender, ball 1. Service grounded out to short in his first plate appearance. Pitch number 50 for Ibarra, a called strike.
I've been impressed with Ibarra. I mean, this is a guy that's been on JV all year, and they called him up, and he's performed. This has been an impressive showing, and a team that's had a lot of injuries, including at the pitcher's spot, they need him.
Leaves a slider up. Rico Valdovinos behind the plate, sticks his arm out, tells Ibarra to get on top of it. Not the biggest kid on the mound, not the most built, but sits pretty consistently in the mid-80s. Foul ball over the first base dugout. Close to the Liggett Student Complex. 2-2. Service coming into this week hitting .373. On base percentage close to .500. The 2-2. Service will watch that off speed all day. Only strikes out in 12% of his at-bats, best in the team. Full count pitch. Inside, ball 4. Service will take off his 3 arm guards and jog down to first. Texas commit will hand it off to Preston Barr, the Michigan man.
Yeah, and look, you never want to start an inning with a walk, but Service is a guy that you got to be careful with. This is a guy you might have to be very careful with as well. Barr's a dangerous hitter, more of a gap guy, but look at the line down left field. I mean, it's a huge gap down that left field line.
You've got Contreras playing midway, infield at double play depth. Barr punches one over third base. Extra base is written all over it.
Yeah, and Service, who runs very well, especially for a catcher, could certainly score in an extra base hit, but this has been just like yesterday's game between South and Liggett. Ian, the runs are at a premium. Good pitching, good defense.
Service takes off. Throw to second from Valdovinos. Plenty of time. And Service can sit back in the dugout. A strike from the freshman catcher retires the would-be base stealer.
How about Rico? This is not an Uncle Rico throw. This is a Rico throw. And Valdovinos with a absolute missile down to second. Service looked back, but he was out either way by a mile.
Diving tag from Jordan Cruz does the job. And the count's now 2-1 to Preston Barr.
Oliver gets credit in style points, though, for trying to avoid that tag. He almost avoided it. Showing off that athleticism.
Especially on the turf, too. You can do that swim move slide. How about that jack from Barr? Over the head of the left fielder and gone. Preston Barr takes a fastball for a ride. And Liggett doubles its lead with the second home run of the day.
Preston Barr, a guy that has some pop, and he just drove this to left, like you said, Ian. Inside swing, move the hands in, and enough pop to get that thing out of here. 2 solo home runs to account for all the scoring as we get another look at it. Bang just over that left field wall. 315 down the lines. 325 in the gaps, 365 to center. Not a big field, but that was gone in a lot of parks.
There's the right fielder, Ryan Jones. That's a curveball off the handle. And a great response from Ibarra after giving up that home run. Comes right back with a strike.
Freshman fearless. Jones will be studying medicine at the University of Michigan.
Jones pokes it to right. Long run for Gutierrez. He can't make the play. Jones headed for 2. He'll stop there. And now the first 3 batters in the inning have reached for University Liggett.
Flexing the muscle. And that, my friend, was a good drive the other way. Almost handled by Gutierrez. But even with the wind blowing in, that thing was a blast. And this is where the adjustments perhaps have been made by Liggett offensively.
That was Ibarra's 60th pitch. Nobody up for Western yet. First pitch swinging is Martin. Pokes it into right center. Fahum under it. And Jones tags. He'll make the jog to third. Oh, he slips over the bag, but makes it back easily.
We've seen that turf monster pop his weary head up at third base quite a bit in this series. And fine job of base running by Jones to tag up. Deep enough. Fahum couldn't get set in time, but no chance to get Jones tagging up. Big spot here for Johnson.
Johnson didn't have a very competitive at-bat his first time up. Took 2 fastballs in the outside corner, then struck out swinging. 2 runs on 4 Liggett hits, but the 2 runs, both solo shots. Ibarra puts the fastball outside, and it's called a strike. Looked to be closer to the right-handed batter's box than the plate, but Herschel Bell shows the finger. Here's the 0-1. Ibarra seeing how much rope he can get from the on-plate umpire.
Yeah, we'll stretch him out, see how far Herschel Bell's willing to go outside that zone. Nothing wrong with testing it.
Now he drops the breaker in. Johnson hasn't offered yet. Infield back for Detroit Western. Outfield playing the pull. Here's the 1-2. Popped up and foul over the third base dugout.
You look back on that service caught stealing. I mean, that's big looking back. Could have been an extra run. Western shutting down the run game.
But on the other end, Western hasn't had a base runner since the first inning.
That's right.
1-2, 2 outs. And Ibarra can't stick it on the outside corner. Now it's 66 pitches. The freshman who at times will pitch to contact. Two's on the board, 2-2, 2 outs. Ybarra drops the breaking ball in, gets a swinging strikeout, and escapes any further danger.
Freshman gives up a solo home run to Preston Barr, but leaves a runner stranded on third. Liggett, 2-0 after 4. Sorry about that.
I go like this. The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
With all this great food, are you kidding me?
I left you behind what?
Listen, if I have one, I'm having the whole box. So I can't do that. Can't do that anymore. It's doctor's orders. So. Been there, done that. Yeah.
Back at University Liggett for the top of the 5th. Detroit Western, after a solid first inning, has not managed much against Jackson Fetter. Ian Unsworth, Chad Bush with you on the call. The Glenn Conley Invitational rolling on. After this, we'll have Liggett and Northville, the #1 team in Division I in the Mitten State. The first pitch to Eric Frias, up and in, strike one.
This is an important inning, Ian, for Fetter. And the pitch count at 55, certainly manageable, but you'd love to get the quick out. It's been quite a stretch and run since those 2 hits in the first inning, as you mentioned. Nothing but 0 cents. It's been a fine line.
Fetter has the 0-2 count. Frias pokes it the other way. It drops in front of Ryan Jones. It's skipping to the corner. Frias thinking too. He'll slide in.
Fine piece of hitting, Ian, going the other way. And this is an adjustment. This is an adjustment by the hitter, Frias, to go a little inside out. And that's a big momentum shifter. You got the tying run now to the plate. Juan Carlos Sanchez with some swift instructions.
And as you've been talking about, Chad, runs are at a premium today. Great pitching on both sides. And due up for Juan Carlos Sanchez right now, the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, starting with Jordan Cruz.
Yeah, and Cruz is in a spot where we could see a sac bunt here. We may not.
Corners are in for Liggett. Cruz squares. And that's a beauty down the first base line. Johnson's only played a 1. He airmails Reggie Sharp. Run comes in to score. Cruz back to first after slipping on the bag. But that is a big-time play on the side of Detroit Western. A perfect bunt, and then a mistake by the first baseman, Johnson.
All kinds of things can go wrong defensively when a bunt is placed. And Johnson just airmails this thing. It's a tough play. You're throwing into the runner, and Johnson had to throw a little bit high, put him in an awkward spot. A run scores, and we got a brand-new ball game.
Man on first for Fahum. Little false start off of first base for Cruz, but don't know if you'll test the arm of Oliver Service behind the dish.
5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Fetter working that slide step, misses outside.
Yeah, and it's an adjustment now for Fetter. He hasn't had to work with anybody on first, hadn't had to work with anybody on second. It's a whole new different adjustment for the 10th grader, who's thrown outstanding, but you get them off their schedule a little bit, and Now you got to see how he responds against this tough Western lineup.
Not finding the plate just yet. 3 straight balls to Walter Fahum, who struck out swinging to end the top of the second in his first AB. Preston Barr still in at third. Middle infield of Purify and Sharp pinched up. That is a walk. So Cruz slowing down at second. Don't really try to advance to third.
Dan Cimini's going to come out, and there's different paces that Dan Cimini has. There's a slow, medium, and fast. And this is kind of the medium fast. And this means he's not happy. And he's got things to say. And there's some loosening now in the bullpen for Liggett. So this is a spot that Fetter has not been in much, and Western's going to try to put some pressure. Got some scores to pass along while we have a moment, Ian. Grosse Pointe North won 4-0 over Grosse-Ile. And Brandon Justice, Grosse-Ile head coach. Today at St. Mary's, they will take on Grand Blanc today. Warren de La Salle is going to take on St. Joe's. Sterling Heights Stevenson with a 4-1 win already over Utica. Stevenson in the MAC Red, and the winners of the MAC Red, Lake Orion against Trenton today at 3. And Detroit Edison will take on Garber. That's a team out of Bay City at 1:30.
Edison put it to Liggett last year.
They did.
That's a loss that a lot of these players probably have somewhere streaming around in the back of their minds.
Yeah.
First pitch to the 9-hitter, Strong. He lays it foul.
Yeah, Juan Carlos Sanchez says, look, I'm going to go right back at Johnson. Make him field another ball. Let's go right back at him. They'd love to see him airmail another one.
Johnson caught a couple of quick words from Dan Cimini in that meeting on the mound.
And look, he's a fine defensive first baseman. We've seen him save his team a couple of outs already today.
Cruz on second. Another bunt coming. Called strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, it was a fringe pitch. Could have gone either way. It's a big call, though. 2 strikes.
Eric Frias got the scoring started, doubled, and then scored on the bunt error. Cruz was the one who laid it down. He's on second. Fahum after walking on first. Here's the 0-2. Another bunt. Surprising that you square on 0-2.
Yeah, it is. Speaks to the confidence that they have in Strong. This is a kid that's a college commit. Despite being in that 9 hole, this kid's committed to Henry Ford Community College.
Now the 1-2. Strong still squaring. Back-to-back fastballs up in the zone. Fetter looking for that pop out.
Yeah, you got to get it done there. Nothing else to say. First and second, nobody out. That's the right call. Obviously, they trust Strong. He's made that play before. Good job by Fetter to come back and throw strikes, though.
Top of the order up. Valdivinos, 1 for 2 today. But some good swings on Fetter offerings. Top-rated first baseman in the class of 2026. 5'8", 180. Young stud. One of a few for the Cowboys.
Yeah, they like him a lot.
Leave that Fetter pitch up. There is bullpen action for University Liggett. Fetter at 68 pitches now.
Yeah. It's 25. We'll have to get a name on 25. It's Andrew Stalker.
1-1 coming. It's a called strike. Stalker, the junior, usually wears 21, but we've had some number switch-ups with different jerseys today.
Well, when you're Liggett and you've got 5 different uniform combinations, sometimes they don't carry through. And, yeah, the Reds are a little different. How do you like the throwbacks?
I love them.
Yeah, pretty tight.
1-2. Behind Valdivinos. Runners get moving. Service stops it from getting to the backstop.
We've seen 2 kinds of Fetter. We've seen fine Fetter and we've seen wild Fetter. And this is wild Fetter, and it's cost Liggett to this point a couple of runners in scoring position now.
Now 2 in scoring position for Valdivinos. And the 2-2. Up and out.
You get the feeling that Dan Cimini's not going to let Fetter continue if he walks this guy.
He's got his leg up on the outside of the first base dugout. Payoff pitch, upcoming. Valdivinos not going down easy.
Very confident kid.
Got Contreras on deck. Had a hot shot at Preston Barr in his last AB. It resulted in nothing but a line out. Runners take short leads. Valdivinos pokes it up the middle. Run will score as Sharp goes to first. Got a tie ball game. Valdivinos does his job. RBI ground out.
He did his job indeed. A ball up the middle. Reggie had one play that was to first. And Rico drives in the run. It's a new ball game. Tied at 2. Nothing easy for Liggett at this point in the ball game.
Called strike to Contreras, running the outside corner. Also think that out might hold off Dan Cimini from making any moves just yet.
Yeah, you want to try to get through the inning and perhaps regain the confidence in between the bottom half.
0-1 popped foul. Over towards the parking lot where it looks like all windshields have been spared.
Yeah. Well, good thing you got dropped off by the limousine.
I don't know about that. My Chrysler is deep in the parking lot. 0-2 pitch. Service bluffs back to third, and Fahum takes a trot back to the bag.
Plenty of Getty up, Ian, still in that arm of Fetter.
That was max effort on that last heater.
Yeah.
Fetter wants to finish strong. He's another one up and out. Got to give Western credit. They've come in with a team approach and stuck with it 1 through 9.
Yeah, they've had a couple of frustrating days.
Not a whole lot of offense to account for yesterday. 2-2, a nubber past the pitcher. Sharp's got to make this play, and he shuts down any more runs off the bats of Detroit Western. Cowboys tie it up. 2 runs come in off a sac bunt and an RBI ground out. Knotted at 2 through 4.5.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Thank you, Chad. Well, this game certainly marks a special day, as this is the 3rd year of the Glenn Conley Invitational, honoring the late Glenn Conley. Conley graduated from Liggett in 1959, and during his student years at Liggett, you know what? It was called a different name. Grosse Pointe University School. So today, Liggett is honoring Conley by wearing uniforms that represent none other than, you guessed it, Grosse Pointe University School. After 35 years of teaching and coaching at Liggett, there is certainly no one better to honor today. Chad?
Olivia, we got a good one. A very, very good contest to honor Glenn Conley. While Liggett's doing it with the uniforms, they also want to get those bats going because Damian Ibarra's put down a pretty solid performance through 4 innings. He's thrown 67 pitches, 42 of them strikes. Walked 1, struck out 4. The only Liggett runs have come on 2 solo home runs. First pitch to Neil Murphy, bashed out to center. Fahum has a beat on it, settles in and makes the grab.
Yeah, the freshman's been really good. That's another good swing also by Murphy. And this is a telling inning. Your team gets the lead. Your team gets the tie, and you want to come back. This is a big inning for Western. Meanwhile, Randazzo's going to have to try to get something going. Liggett, 2 solo shots, but nothing manufactured, and I think that's what Dan Cimini really wants to see, his offense come through and break through.
Randazzo pops the first pitch foul. He popped out to Cruz at second in his first AB. 5'9", 160. Utility senior. Gonna go be a JUCO Bandit next year.
Just loves the game. Joey Ball game, the nickname, and some great years in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Ibarra bounces a hook.
You need glue guys like this in the program, guys that love the game, love their teammates. And this is the kind of guy you build a program around. He's in a key spot here, too.
Randazzo chops another one foul. Trying to get on base for Purify on deck, who's got 2 hits. Frias backs up behind the first base bag. 2-2 coming. Ibarra leaves it up.
We've seen that fastball get to the mid-80s today, more of a four-seamer, but the slider's really been the pitch that's been the out pitch today. See if he can get a feel back for that in this inning.
Ibarra misses slightly inside. He was headed around the mound like it was a K. But a tough at-bat from Randazzo puts him on first for the Big Boppers.
Yeah, Ian, this pitch, the 2-seamer, just leaked inside a little bit too much. I think Herschel Bell got it right. Good look at it there by our replay coordinator, Evan Westfall, today.
So the man on first, Purify, digs in. Liggett's first batter had a solo home run over left center in his first AB, single to right in his second. His first pitch swinging again, and he shoots it right towards the Western dugout.
Yeah, Juan Carlos has some good hands down there now. It's hard to get a ball by him. That was a good at-bat by Randazzo, too, to get on base. He's a guy that you can do some things with. Dan Cimini now with some different chess pieces to play with. The guy like Purify at the dish, who runs so well and has pop.
Big gap on the right side if he wants to hit and run.
That's right.
0-1 coming. Gets behind the catcher. Valdovinos can't find it. And Randazzo's into scoring position. Advances on the pass ball.
Yeah, couldn't find it. It was just under his feet. Now Juan Carlos going to trot out there and try to settle down his 15-year-old freshman. This is a freshman that has learned under the tutelage of Coach Jerry Yatuma, who coaches the summer team, the Motown Blues. And we want to wish Jerry a very safe recovery. He's battling cancer right now. And Jerry, a big part of the Western team, the summer coach for the Motown Blues, and so much more. We want to wish him well in his recovery. Very fast, speedy recovery. We know he's going to kick cancer's behind. And we're all pulling for you, Jerry, so get better. We know you will.
Mound meetings concluded. Bar's back on the hill. And Purify back in the box. Tied up at 2-2. Western put up 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Eric Frias got a double scored on a error off a sac bunt from Jordan Cruz, and then Cruz came in off of Valdivinos RBI ground out.
Well, Juan Carlos Sanchez came out, Ian, and I'm sure it was very strict instructions on how to handle Purify. You got first base open. The guy's gone deep on you already. He's potentially going to get drafted in the Major League Draft in July. You got to be careful. I don't think you give him anything juicy if you're Western.
2-1. Wave and a miss. Back-to-back breakers from Ibarra. And Purify over the top of that one.
Well, it's a gutsy call, and it's a scummy pitch. And there's nobody that's touching that, not even Purify.
It's a nasty breaker when he gets on top of it. 2-2. Heater jacked to left center. Outfielders converging at the fence, and Fahum makes the grab. We've got an out signal from Tom Habits. And the ruling is on the exchange.
That's right.
At first, I thought that ball was getting out. The wind blows in, knocks it down, and Fahum is on his horse to the left center track. Let's see this exchange here.
Got called off the last minute, but it was on the exchange. You're right about that, and so is the umpire, Tom Habits, who is all over it. So it is an out.
And smart base running from Randazzo as well. Doesn't jump the gun, tags up, advances to third.
Very smart, because there are 2 outs, but we've seen wild pitches, we've seen pass balls, and you're at third base. That's the go-ahead run.
Reggie Sharp in the box. First pitch swinging, hits it to short. Diaz makes the play and ends the inning. Randazzo gets on, but Ibarra again escapes trouble. We stay tied at 2 through 5. 2, 3, 4, due up for Detroit Western.
Athlete at Liggett definitely gives you a title that you have to be up to a standard that no one else is. Everyone's eyes are on you at all times, and it's just a great honor to have, honestly, when all your peers look up to you and look for you for guidance and leadership. Cimini is definitely a great coach. A little hard at times. He's definitely where you want to be and who you want to be coached under to prepare yourself for the collegiate level or any higher level. We currently have 1 state championship at my time here, and I just love the family and togetherness we have. It's just amazing to be a part of a team with so many humble guys. It's just untradeable. Right now, I am going through the process of the 2023 MLB draft. It's definitely something that I take pride in, and I'm very proud of myself for getting to this point. Liggett is definitely the place you want to be at if you're looking to enhance your people skills and just to be a great person and do good things for yourself. I believe Liggett teaches you the characteristics to life and how to prepare you for wherever you're going to be in life.
Liggett with 11 seniors this year. Celebrated them last week against Harper Woods. It was senior day here at Liggett High School. Beat the brakes off of Harper Woods, did Liggett, 14-4. Plenty of guys got in on the action that night, but today, need a bigger performance out of the seniors of the Knights, because right now they're tied up with Detroit Western 2-2. And the Cowboys in the top of the 6th have 2, 3, 4 due up in the order.
Yeah, this is a tough test for Fetter. He's been very good today, but the pitch count's at 78. And look, big test right away at the top of the lineup.
Justin Diaz ended the bottom of the 5th, thrown across the diamond, and now he's digging in. We'll see how much leash Dan Cimini gives Fetter. Andrew Stalker was warming up. in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, he was. He looked ready, but no activity at the moment. But yeah, you get the feeling that Dan Cimini's not going to play around with Fetter if he is going to get base runners on. 3-0 he's behind here to Diaz. You think that take sign's going to be on twice here.
Fetter takes a little bit off the fastball and hits the outside corner. Just a sophomore, over 80 pitches today, 5 strikeouts. Diaz hits a moonshot in foul territory, and Barr watches it drift foul.
Detroit Western's competed against some of the best teams in the state. They played out at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. They played Liggett, playing Northville, playing Lakeland. I mean, they come to play and compete. They don't care. Look, they're not ashamed to take a mercy. They're not ashamed to take a beating. They know that iron sharpens iron. They're getting ready for the playoffs.
Payoff pitch coming. Diaz smacks it right back to Fetter, and there's an easy 1-3 putout.
Fetter fields his position very well. You'll recall in the first inning he started that double play and erased the threat, and he's got a good glove. And here's the soft hands and the composure too. A lot of times you see a pitcher get all frazzled when he gets a ball back to him quickly. Not there.
No yips for Fetter.
No, sir.
Here's Abel Gutierrez. First pitch swinging. Knocks it right back foul. Slightly under the fastball.
Yeah, just under it. Anytime that ball comes straight back, you know that he's on it and just missed it.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Gutierrez takes a fastball, letter high. Was scheduled to hit in the 2-hole today, but after an injury yesterday, Detroit Western had to make some adjustments. That's why Gutierrez is in the cleanup spot. He's waving and missing at a breaking ball in the dirt. Service completes the strikeout.
Yeah, and a fine job by Service to block the ball and then get himself in position on the inside of the base path to throw that baseball without any interference. It's a fine play, good footwork, and a savvy play to fire to Johnson.
They're sitting right now almost identical to the top of the 4th, where Diaz hit a ground ball up the middle. Gutierrez struck out swinging. Now here's Julian Jurasai, who in his last at-bat in the top of the 4th, grounded out to first baseman Andrew Johnson, who flipped it to Sharp, covering first. Jurasai is senior, committed to St. Clair Community College.
Yeah, there's a handful of college players and several others coming up the pipelines. It's a pipeline that just doesn't dry up for Juan Carlos.
A little late on the outside heater. Jurasai hitting around 260 this year. Waits the 1-2. Slashes it into right center. Jones has a beat on it and makes the grab. Fetter over 90 pitches, and he works a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. Liggett looks for the lead after this.
Dan Cimini. I am the admissions outreach coordinator here at University of Liggett School. I have been at Liggett for 22 years, 20 as a teacher, 20 as a football coach. This is my 19th year as the head baseball coach. We have a tradition of excellence in the classroom. That tradition doesn't stop at 3 o'clock. It comes out here on the fields, in the gyms, in the auditoriums. Every student from pre-K until 12th grade is asked to challenge themselves, take risks, think outside the box. There is something here for everyone at University of Liggett School. Starting in the lower school, we have clinics run by our coaches at the upper school. We have a great middle school athletic program. We have 20 clubs at the high school level. We have state-of-the-art athletic facilities, starting with the Bowl Center, Fruhoff Gymnasium, we have the McCann Ice Rink, and we have 8 multi-purpose turf fields across our beautiful campus. We just won a world championship in robotics, and in the history of University of Liggett School Athletics, we have won 85 state championships and numerous individual state championships. Come sing in a musical. Come play on a team. Come be a team manager. Come win a state championship. Come be a part of something great here at University of Liggett School. Please contact me or a member of our outstanding admissions team to set up a tour and apply today. Go Knights!
Bottom of the 6th at University Liggett.
That's Kyle Buchanan. That's our cameraman, and that's his wheels. The former Fenton football star still has it, even with a man bun flopping in the wind. He is fresh, recovered, and ready to get back to the camera.
Oliver Service hits a high fly ball to center field, but Bahum is there.
Yeah, that wind's blowing in, Ian, and I'll tell you what, it's going to take a shot like Preston Barr and Jaron Purify had earlier to get one out of here.
Barr hit a solo home run to left center field in his last plate appearance. Purify led off the Liggett batting order with a home run in the top of the first. Grosse Pointe University Liggett's 2 runs on solo home runs. This time a hot shot to second. No problem for Cruz.
Yeah, Western makes a lot of routine plays, and that's, you know, they make plays look routine as well. Pretty good defense and another fine play at second by Cruz.
6 infield putouts for the Cowboys, and something our crew's been talking about is just how smooth the hands are out there. Really helps your young pitchers. We've got 2 thoroughbreds going today.
We really do. You mentioned the youth in the mound. Both starters still on. And that's impressive to see in the 6th inning for both fellas, both young guys. Ibarra cruising along, Ian.
He's at 85 pitches, dealing to the senior Ryan Jones. Jones doubled in his last time up, but was stranded on third. He's quickly down on the count 0-2.
Nice slider, change of pace, good depth. Really like Ibarra.
1 pitch away from his 5th strikeout. Gets a sign from Valdivinos. Blocks that breaker in the dirt.
Both guys just show a lot of confidence in the mound. Not underclassmen in stature and in presence on that mound. It's very confident.
1-2. Jones stays alive. Almost caps that fastball. Notice Ibarra works quickly. He'll get back on the mound, put his glove right to his face. All you see, the whites of his eyes.
That's it.
Freshman battery. 1-2. Did Jones check his swing? Yes, he did. Tom Hibbett's down the first base line. Keeps 24 in red and white in the box for at least 1 more pitch.
Yeah, and the replay shows it was the right call. Jones has some gap power. Going to Michigan next year. Study medicine as a 4-point kid. Good in the classroom.
Liggett class president takes outside. A couple of the Western players started heading back towards their own dugout.
They wanted that one. Ibarra had to step off to cool off a bit.
Jones has battled back, worked the count to full.
Wow.
Now he works a walk. Tightest of margins, but Ryan Jones is on base.
Tell you what, these are tough takes. Jones took them, and we'll get another look. Yeah, it's a little high, but both Ibarra and his catcher wanted that location. Little elevation.
Here's Jake Martin, 3-sport athlete, hockey defenseman, running back on the Liggett football team. We'll have our conversation with new Liggett head football coach Kevin Green coming up shortly after the conclusion of this contest.
That was a fun chat earlier with Kevin.
Barr sticks the outside corner. Martin hit his second home run of the year against Cardinal Mooney on Wednesday. Runner takes off on the 1-1. And no throw from Valdivinos, just keeping the ball in front of him.
Yeah, another guy that's going to Michigan. Going to try to walk on, play some baseball at the next level. Going to study some law up in Ann Arbor, up in your neck of the woods.
Ann Arbor, a great college town, one of the best in the nation. A high chopper to short, blown by Diaz. The throw across is in time. A laser from Justin Diaz retires the side in the 6th.
This was close, Ian. We'll get another look on our way out. Quick charge, fire, and I don't know.
The finest leaves us at 2 apiece. Detroit Western tries to go ahead. The top of the 7th up next.
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to Fix My Feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Three key pieces on this Liggett team mark the middle of the infield. Jaron Purify, Reggie Sharp, twisting 2 up the middle, and then Oliver Service behind the dish. Heading to Texas next year, a very key piece of this University Liggett team. Guys that have played together since youth ball. 2018 Little League World Series finalists. Sharp trying to frame a breaker from Jackson Fetter, who's back out there for the top of the 7th. At 93 pitches, the sophomore right-hander. Service has caught every single one of them. 1-1 coming in. Inside to Eric Frias. Senior first baseman scored Western's first run of the game. Doubled out to right field, scored on an E3. Ian Unsworth, Chad Bush with you at University Liggett. First game of 2 today in the Glenn Conley Invitational. Liggett takes on Northville, second game of our doubleheader. Four-pitch walk for Eric Frias. He's on. Dan Cimini still on that top step of the first base dugout. Saw Andrew Stalker warming up earlier, but no pitching change just yet. Signs relayed from the Western dugout. This was the spot in the 5th where the bunt play worked out extremely successfully. Jordan Cruz laid a beauty down the first base line. This time free swinging and taking a fastball in the outer half. Cruz plays his travel ball for the Southwest Aztecs. Frias takes off. Service throws right of the bag. And Frias in there safe. Now that takes some guts, running on Oliver Service.
It does, and it was a good jump. As you see here, not a big lead, and Oliver's throw was a good one, but just to the first base side. The velocity was there. Scoring position now with nobody out, you bunt.
Well, that was the scenario last time. It worked out beautifully. Cruz gets time in as Federer lofts a beach ball towards home plate. Hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend, and maybe you find a few of those. Federer about to throw pitch 100. A wheel and deal towards second. Over Purify's head. And no way Randazzo had any chance of getting Frias in time.
Yeah, and Dan Cimini's not happy. He might make a change here. He will. And those are just plays you can't afford. Free bases, that's the go-ahead run now at third. It's been a fine outing for Federer. 100 pitches, as you mentioned. And all in all, a very good outing for the 10th grader.
He goes 6 innings, allows 3 hits. The runner on third. His responsibility. Pitching change for the Liggett Knights. We'll bring you the new hurler after this.
Liggett prepares students for college in a number of ways. We are really interested in helping students find the right fit, understanding that the right fit is not a single school. Fit looks different for every kid. We really look at finding out what a student wants, what makes them tick. Are there things that they really love to do? Are there places that they really want to be? Are there things that they really want to study? Are there athletic needs, spiritual needs? So we really work to help students and families identify what those schools are. I had a family in my office this morning who we were meeting about their son who's a junior, but they have a daughter who just finished her first year. And I asked about her, and they said she had a great first year, and that's not a school that we had ever even heard of before we had spoken with you. My hope for every student that goes on to college is that they will find a place where they can grow and learn for the next 4 years, and that they will feel well prepared to be in that place.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Back at Liggett High School, the new pitcher for the Knights, Joey Randazzo, coming in from center field. 1-1 count. The first pitch to Cruz, in for a strike.
And Joey's in there. Number 1, he throws strikes. Number 2, he's savvy. And this is a guy that can certainly make the right decisions as the infield is drawn in.
1-2 to Cruz. Spinner slightly above the zone. Randazzo working from the stretch. Fastball, breaking ball guy. The scouts enjoy the 11-5 shape of his curveball. 2-2 pitch. Another off speed. And Cruz fights it away.
Yeah, really has a good sense of that breaking ball. And I think he throws it with so much confidence. I mean, you got 2 pitches. It's not an overpowering fastball, but it's usually well located.
Another 2-2. Cruz holds up. Frias on third after the leadoff walk. And he think maybe Randazzo stays away from the fastball because anything hard hits through the infield.
Yeah, you need a strikeout here. I mean, you want to go for that breaking ball here, get the wipeout, get this K.
Full count pitch. Nowhere close to the zone. Cruz sees two different arms and works a walk.
Might have been a cross-up job, too. I don't think Service was looking for this. It does put the double play in order. They will move the infield back up the middle. And it's 8-9 for Western. So there is some scenarios that are intriguing.
3 of the 4 at-bats for these two hitters in the bottom of the order, Fahum and Strong, have resulted in strikeouts. That would be big. Double play up the middle with your combination of Purify and Sharp also would work. Looked like Fahum was squaring around a bunt, but
it did, and
pulled it back.
And I was just going to pose the question, Ian. I mean, do you bunt here? There's location up the middle. If you can down first, there's a couple of open gaps here. You don't want to bunt to third.
Here's the square. A good block by Service, sliding to his right. But Frias has good speed at third, too. You think the squeeze could be in play if Fahum could put it in the right spots.
Yeah. Just depends on how much confidence Juan Carlos Sanchez has that he's going to get contact here from Fahum.
Pick over to first. Cruz flops back to the bat.
Joey has a knack for picking off runners. We've seen it a few times this year. He's got very good feet. And he's a guy, if you're a base runner, you should be nervous after seeing that move.
Cruz does shorten his lead. 2-0 count. Boom, whiffs on the square. Barr came charging in from third. Johnson stayed put at first.
So now if you're Western, you see that, and now you know what you want to do here.
Communication going on between Purify and Barr. This time Cruz wise to the pickoff move. Last time Detroit Western went for the bunt, Tristan Strong, the 9-hole hitter who's on deck right now, popped out after a series of high fastballs from Jackson Fetter. There's that breaking ball. Fahum's on it. Punched it towards the first base dugout.
Good job by Joey to battle back. Again, you want to get that strikeout, get yourself in position to get a ground ball double play. You got the 9-hitter coming up on deck.
And a little communication between Johnson and Randazzo. A little travel connection here. Both Fahum and Johnson spent time together on the Motor City Hit Dogs.
That's right. Good catch on that.
Inside intel coming through. No outs, runners on the corners. And this is not pro baseball. Randazzo can pick over as many times as he wants.
That's right. No pitch clock yet.
This game has moved rather quickly. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fahum caught by surprise. Randazzo drops the curve in. Big first out.
Yeah, high curve. And Joey got away with one. But he also changed the eye level quite a bit. Came inside, got that strikeout. Now he can move everybody back. You can't take a huge deep breath yet. Western's still putting some pressure.
Tristan Strong up. Runner goes on the first pitch. Service fakes twice. And everyone holds.
I think it's a smart play both ways. I think if you're Detroit Western, you had a good idea that Service was going to eat the pitch, and I think it was smart for Oliver to eat it. And trust Randazzo, the infield will move in again.
Strong 2 Ks. That's a nice frame job from Oliver. Service behind the dish.
He's gotten a lot better at that, Ian. He had to work at that in the offseason, and that is a really nice frame job and a better little, it looked more like a cutter slider than the looping curve that you talked about earlier. Sort of that fourth pitch for Joey.
A Ahead with the 0-2. Randazzo deals. Strong puts it in play. Barr cuts it off, keeps the runner. Frias headed home. The throw on time. He's out. Beautiful double play. Johnson throws a strike to the dish. Service spins and applies the tag.
This was textbook defense. Barr checks the runner at third. Frias makes a solid throw to Johnson. Johnson comes back and throws home. And then Service had to reach around to make the tag and end the inning.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Make or break time for University Liggett. Bottom of the 7th. Knights just escaped a big jam with an inning-ending double play. And now Andrew Johnson leads it off. Actually, this is a pinch hitter for University Liggett. Zach Hill.
That's right.
In after Johnson struggled at the dish. 2 Ks today for Johnson. And Hill now ahead in the count 2-0. Barr also quickly approaching 100 pitches. He's at 97.
Wow.
He's gone the first 6. Avoided a lot of trouble. And he's still pumping.
Going back to that inning-ending double play, Ian, such a fine job. Everybody had to do their job. Barr had to get the ball, had to check the runner at third, throw to first, and then had to throw home, and then Service had to catch it, and it was a challenge. He had to reach back and tag the runner out. Phenomenal defensive play by Liggett to end the inning.
That defensive play, Johnson's last impact on this game.
Yeah.
And Zach Hill, who's also a running back on the football team, in the lefty box. 2-2, a cold strike 3. Herschel Bell rings uphill. The pinch hitter heads back to the bench.
Wow. This was a pitch. We'll get another look here. Outside corner and punched out. Tight one. Can't take with 2 that close.
The most outside of outside corners. And Hill sits down. Here's Neil Murphy. Navarre still painting. 102 pitches, but there is no bullpen action for Detroit Western.
Well, everybody's got games after this. Liggett's got Northville, so everybody's trying to save their arms, and they've got the best gift you could have, pitchers going into the 6th.
Murphy strokes it to right. Gutierrez settles under it. Two quick outs for Ibarra. Not tiring just yet. Rubber arm out there.
Yeah, so that'll bring up Randazzo, the 9-hitter, to try to get something going. Flirting with extra innings if Liggett cannot break through here.
Randazzo shows bunt. Fails to touch up that fastball.
What a way to start off this day. A little free baseball, perhaps. The low T.
Randazzo, the hot hopper. Diaz, run and throw. Frias kept the foot on the bag. Liggett dugout thinks otherwise, but we are headed to extras. Tied up at 2 apiece after 7. Free baseball. And the top of the order up for the Cowboys. Just wasn't sure because, you know.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Extra innings of the Glenn Conley Invitational. Rico Valdivinos leads it off for Detroit Western, taking a first pitch strike from Joey Randazzo.
Cowboys bats really cooled off after their first inning. I don't think they had their other hits until the 5th. Looking to recharge those bats. A new pitcher to face coming in late last inning. So these are all first-time throughs for Western against Randazzo.
Randazzo quickly ahead in the count. Pumps a fastball up and out. What's hurt University Liggett over the past 3 innings are the walks. 3 of them in the past 3 frames. And Valdivino stingy up there, not going down easy.
And Randazzo, a big part of that remedy. A guy that knows the situation, a senior, knows he needs to throw strikes. Doesn't have to be perfect or overpowering, but you can't walk batters.
Comes back with the breaker. Valdivinos wise to it. Opposed to Feder, who went 6 no earned runs. Both that have crossed the plate for Detroit Western unearned off an error on a bunt play. Slow roll to Purify on the backhand side. One hopper, a beautiful play from Johnson to dig it out.
Another one. I mean, Johnson saves a base runner here. This is a play that Purify had to hustle. He throws low. It's a lefty coming out of the box that runs well. Johnson with a great play.
Keeps his eyes on it all the way to the mitt. One down in the top of the 8th. Here's Julian Contreras. 0 for 3 today. Front face breaking ball. Randazzo drops her in.
Yeah, that's where you want to place it against this guy. Contreras can really turn on one.
And service frames up a fastball. He's done some good work behind the dish today, Service. Says his defense really improved after playing the MLB Dream Showcase over the winter. Getting tips from former pros, college coaches, really upped his mentality on the defensive side and brought his game to the next level.
Yeah, and he's going to play in the MLB Summer Series in Ohio, down in Columbus.
He'll play at the next level as well. University of Texas commit.
Hook him.
Called it his dream school.
Very cool.
1-2, bashed into center field, but it hangs up there. Green makes the grab. Green came in center field when Randazzo came in to pitch.
Well, Northville is scheduled to play after this, and I don't see Northville anywhere in sight. Schwartz, I don't want to hear those comments. You've been on sabbatical for 4 months. I don't want to hear it.
First pitch to Justin Diaz, way up. Well, Northville can take their time because we got extra innings going here.
That's right. I believe they're playing over at Grosse Pointe South, the other half of this Glenn Conley Invitational.
Line drive, punched into left, a base hit. First in 3 innings for Detroit Western.
Yeah, first hit since that 2-run 5th inning that tied the game. Eye-level pitch that Diaz smokes just past Purify into left field, keeping hopes alive here in the top of the 8th.
Diaz's second hit, and he is quick on the base paths.
And Randazzo's quick to first.
Service has a rocket behind the dish. Abel Gutierrez, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Also walked in the first. Barr in at third. There's that pickoff move, but Detroit Western's seen it now plenty of times. Randazzo came in with men on first and third.
Yeah, they have. They have. And, Ian, they certainly respect the move of Randazzo, but I would not be surprised to see them on the run. I mean, you get in a position like this, you have to try to take advantage and manufacture a run.
Maybe cheat for a breaking ball if possible.
That's right.
First pitch to Gutierrez. Marshall Bell calls it a strike. Randazzo working that outside edge. Right fielder Gutierrez settles back in. 0-1 count. Another spinner, this time shoulder level. Randazzo, according to his perfect game scouting report, attacks hitters with confidence. Going up against Detroit Western's cleanup hitter today. See Service ready to chuck it.
Yeah, Oliver loves to chuck it and show off that cannon, and why not?
Sharp and Purify with eyes on the base runner. 2-1. Smashed up the middle. Another base knock. The Cowboys are threatening. Men on first and second. Here comes Julian Jurasai.
Yeah, and this is an example of how speed kills. I mean, you get in a situation where you can't really throw the breaking ball knowing that Diaz might run. You're in a fastball situation for Randazzo. And it's a bullet back up the box, and all of a sudden, a couple of 2-out base runners, and it's a different-looking 8th inning here for Western.
Pressure is on Randazzo. Pitch 30 is a strike. Jurasai 0 for 3. Not made solid contact yet. Ryan Jones takes a couple steps in right field. The 0-1. Wave and a miss. Cutting action on that last pitch from Randazzo.
It was sharper than what we've seen. Joey really bearing down and getting ahead 0-2.
Randazzo trying to strand 2 on, give his team a walk-off opportunity.
As much as I love the throw to first, I don't love the throws back to second. We've seen balls go to center. Too many bad things can happen. I know it's the go-ahead run, but the potential throw to center and the base runner to third is scary if I'm Liggett.
0-2 pitch. Slightly outside.
Tough to take with 2 strikes.
Stone cold take from Gutierrez. He didn't budge.
No, he didn't. He knew it was upstairs all along.
Scratch that. Jurasai at the dish. Gutierrez on first and Diaz on second. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Randazzo escapes the jam. Strands 2. And Jaron Purify leads off the bottom of the 8th. University Liggett walk off on the mind.
My name is Dan Cimini. I am the admissions outreach coordinator here at University of Liggett School. I have been at Liggett for 22 years, 20 as a teacher, 20 as a football coach. This is my 19th year as the head baseball coach. We have a tradition of excellence in the classroom. That tradition doesn't stop at 3 o'clock. It comes out here on the fields, in the gyms, in the auditoriums. Every student from pre-K until 12th grade is asked to challenge themselves, take risks, think outside the box. There is something here for everyone at University of Liggett School. Starting in the lower school, we have clinics run by our coaches at the upper school. We have a great middle school athletic program. We have 20 clubs at the high school level. We have state-of-the-art athletic facilities, starting with the Bowl Center, Fruhoff Gymnasium, we have the McCann Ice Rink, and we have 8 multi-purpose turf fields across our beautiful campus. We just won a world championship in robotics, and in the history of University of Liggett School athletics, we have won 85 state championships and numerous individual state championships. Come sing in a musical, come play on a team, come be a team manager, come win a state championship. Come be a part of something great here at University of Liggett School. Please contact me or a member of our outstanding admissions team to set up a tour and apply today. Go Knights!
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
New pitcher in for Detroit Western. Bottom of the 8th, and he's got some danger to face. It's Julian Contreras on the hill for the Cowboys. Jaron Purify digging in. Purify 2 for 3. The first pitch. Moves the bender outside. Righty with a 4.61 ERA.
Thank you.
This is his 7th appearance on the year. Pings the outside corner, 1-1.
We have a final score in the other game in the Glenn Connolly Invitational being played at Grosse Pointe South, and it's an upset. South has knocked off Northville for just the 3rd time this year. The Mustangs have fallen across town.
I'm sure that's a Northville team that's going to show up fired up.
You bet.
Contreras careful. Down the count 3-1. Purify hit a solo shot. Bottom of the 1st, singled in the 3rd. And he pops it high into left field. Bit of a danger area, but the left fielder comes in and makes the grab.
Yep, good communication that time by Jurasai, Cruz, and Diaz, all to converge and discuss that one. And a big out if you're Western. Purify out, but Reggie Sharp, a guy that can start an inning for you. And I can confirm that he'll be ready.
First pitch to Sharp. Called strike on the outer half. He'll take a little stride out of the box. Not a big fan of that call. Final line on Damian Ibarra. 7 innings pitched. 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 5 Ks, 3 walks. Fantastic performance today from the freshman who threw 102 pitches.
Wow. And he didn't look fatigued in the end, Ian. I mean, it looked like he could keep going. I mean, Fetter as well. He looked like he had some getty up. Discussion here and now between Cimini and Sharp with 1 out and 2 strikes. Cimini not afraid to have discussions in the middle of at-bats, middle of either way, with his pitcher or his batter.
And that trademark smile's back on Reggie Sharp's face after he took 2 pitches on the outer half. He fights off a bender, stays alive.
And I think that hit my car.
Got a Honda Hunter out there.
Yeah. That's okay.
Sharp's back in the box, 0-2. Smoked, but foul. Would have been a tough test for Jordan Cruz, who's moved to third. Abel Gutierrez is in at second now, in from right, and Tristan Strong, the DH, is playing right field.
Glad you got all that straight. It's a lot of moving parts.
0-2, high hopper to short. Diaz, the running throw. He's so smooth.
Really is a lot of slick fielding middle infielders in this ball game. Reggie can appreciate a slick fielding middle infielder himself. 2 outs, but you can't really breathe that deeply yet. Service a threat, the leading home run hitter on this team, and he's going to try to end this thing here with 2 outs.
5 home runs this season for Service. Just a base runner will do enough for Liggett. First pitch swing. Doesn't look like this one has the juice. Strong makes the play, and we'll keep on rolling. Fantastic first game of the Glenn Conley Invitational. Tied up at 2, and Western's got 6, 7, 8 coming to the plate after this.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today, and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Top of the ninth gets started at University Liggett. Joey Randazzo back on the bump. Eric Frias, who's been a problem for Liggett over the past 2 ABs at the dish. Scored a run in the 5th, was stranded at 3rd in the 7th. It's a pop fly in no man's land. Sharp gives it a good chase. Ends up teetering on the edge of that fence.
Did you see his run? I mean, he went from mid-second base to that fence in about 3 seconds. The wheels on Sharp. Alert, too. You get that baseball sense and smarts mixed with the speed, and those are guys you want handling things in the middle infield.
Randazzo from the windup, back to work. Here's the 0-2. Frias just shakes his head at it.
Confident take, but that's the right spot for an 0-2 pitch. That's exactly where you want it.
1-2 look to be in the same exact location. And this time it's strike 3.
You're exactly right, Ian. It was in the same spot, maybe even a little bit wider. And maybe Herschel Bell felt, all right, we'll let you get away with 1, but not 2 takes. And I can appreciate that.
Moves on to the 7-hole hitter, Jordan Cruz.
But you see how Randazzo's just gone right at hitters. I mean, he hasn't walked anybody, just going right at them. And that's been the difference.
He backs up the curve on Cruz. Back-to-back strikeouts, the last 2 hitters. Western put a little pressure on Randazzo in the top of the 8th. Singles from Diaz and Gutierrez before Randazzo came back with 2 outs, struck out Jurasai. And he's got that bender working.
He does, and, you know, I really like his pace. It's a quick pace. He gets in there, he's ready to go. The defense loves that as well.
Fastball. Purify to his left. A long throw coming. Not in time. Cruz looking for 2. Service, sky mails it. Big time play from Jordan Cruz. Again, taking advantage of defensive mistakes.
That's it. We'll get another look at the throw. Purify airmails it. Might have been threw it to the home plate side, and good hustle to get down to second base. That's the go-ahead run with 1 out.
So that's 2 errors in 1 play.
That's right.
And the 2 runs on Jackson Fetter's line, we should note, are unearned.
Yes, good point.
First pitch to Fahuma, called strike. So right now, Liggett has not had an earned run scored on them.
No, and they didn't have one yesterday. It was a balk that scored the run, and the only run that South scored in the 2nd inning.
Fahum hits a skyscraper to left center. Green is there, and Cruz just fakes the go. Full sprinter start, he heads back to second. And a very big spot now for the 9-hole hitter, Tristan Strong.
Yeah, good job by Joey to battle back. Again, throwing strikes, mixing the curveball and that well-located fastball. You can't relax, though, if you're Randazzo. Strong is a guy that knows how to put the bat on the baseball. And he's not happy with himself after his last at-bat, trying to get redemption here in a big way in the 9th.
First pitch swing, poke to Sharp. He's on it. Had the look of a seeing eye single, but Reggie Sharp's defensive range just too good. Quick reflexes take us to the bottom of the 9th. Tied up at 2.
Being an athlete at Liggett definitely gives you a title that you have to be up to a standard that no one else is. Everyone's eyes are on you at all times, and it's just a great honor to have, honestly, when all your peers look up to you and look for you for guidance and leadership. Cimini is definitely a great coach. A little hard at times. He's definitely where you want to be and who you want to be coached under to prepare yourself for the collegiate level or any higher level. We currently have one state championship at my time here, and I just love the family and togetherness we have. It's just amazing to be a part of a team with so many humble guys. It's just untradeable. Right now I am going through the process of the 2023 MLB draft. It's definitely something that I take pride in, and I'm very proud of myself for getting to this point. Liggett is definitely the place you want to be at if you're looking to enhance your people skills and just to be a great person and do good things for yourself. I believe Liggett teaches you the characteristics to life and how to prepare you for wherever you're going to be in life.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Nobody's blinked yet. Bottom of the ninth at University Liggett. The Knights and Cowboys of Detroit Western are tied up at 2 apiece. Chad, I made a joke earlier that this was not pro baseball, but we've got it.
We're doing pro innings. This is the bottom of the ninth, and what a fitting way to have game one. Game two coming up with Northville, who's just made their way in the ballpark. They're coming off a 6-3 loss to Grosse Pointe South.
First pitch to Barr. Swung on and popped foul. Barr could end this game with one swing of the bat and a solo shot to left center field in the fourth. That was about 2 hours ago. Here's the 0-1. Inside, the hitter jumps out of the way. Scouts love Barr's pull side power. Committed to Michigan, could be a two-way. Also a righty pitcher that gets up to the 90s. We should see him against the Mustangs in a bit.
We will. We'll see him against Northville, and that'll be a great test for both Northville and for Liggett.
Northville's got the top junior in the state, Dante Nori. 2-1. Barr fights it off. Coming right towards his knuckles. He sent it back to the wire. Second inning of work for Julian Contreras. Throws a spinner in the lefty batter's box. He sent down Purify, Sharp, and Service 1-2-3. That is no easy task. Contreras didn't blink out there. Payoff pitch. Chopper to second. Gutierrez makes the play. Ooh, just a bit more interesting than he bargained for.
Yeah, I wanted to test his first baseman's athleticism, stretchability.
But Barr is down. And now it's up to the rest of the University Liggett lineup to pick something up and pick up their teammates who have powered the offense.
Jones, a guy that can do that.
Pinged a double off the right field wall in the fourth, but was stranded. Got some good pop. 6'3", 205. He was hunting that first pitch fastball, but couldn't straighten out the swing. Jones has been around the travel circuit. Played for Little Caesars, the Macomb Muck Dogs.
I want one of their hats. A Muck Dog hat. It's a sweet lid. I can feel it.
Don't know what a Muck Dog looks like, but I'm sure it's cool.
Yeah.
Jones down to the count 0-2. Take the heater on the outer half. Strike zone's gotten a little bit wider from Herschel Bell as the game goes on. Reggie Sharp wasn't happy with it in the last half inning.
Well, everybody knows that we've got holiday plans.
Little nubber in front of the mound. Tough play from Valdovinos. He mishandles it.
A lot of spin on that baseball. A swinging infield hit with a lot of English. And this is a tough play for the catcher. As we get another look, good pounce, but just couldn't handle it. Got to keep your eye on that baseball. Secure the baseball first. And a freshman boo-boo.
It is a hit for Ryan Jones. Ball took a high hop on the turf. Maybe sometimes on a dirt field you don't see that.
No, you don't. The turf monster is at it again, this time in front of home plate.
First pitch heater fouled back. Jake Martin 0 for 3. Looking to reverse that momentum.
This is a guy that can turn a game. He's a prime-time player.
Middle infield at double play depth. Third baseman Cruz is in on the cut of green turf. 0-1 pops the mid, but it's up and out.
Jake was all league in football this past year.
Jones back or after the quick pick.
Come on, clutch right here, kid.
4.61 ERA for Contreras this year. A whip over 2. Runner takes off. Hit and run play was on.
Dan Cimini dialing up a hit and run, getting aggressive. Why not?
I think he told his base runner, I don't want you guys guessing.
Interesting. You got to guess a little bit if you want to get a good jump.
But if he's referring to signs, that's not a good sign.
No, that's not. That's a couple different guess jobs there. One's okay, one's not.
Jones didn't get that far off the bag before the pick came. 2-2 ball game here at the bottom of the 9th. First of 2 in the Glenn Conley Invitational. 1-2 offering from Contreras. Bounce to short, could be 2. There's 1, the turn, not in time. Diaz got it to Gutierrez, but Martin was hustling.
Yeah, tough to double him up. Fine exchange, but no chance on that chopper. You're going to get Martin.
And a pinch runner coming in.
There's another look. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. There's the scoop, fine feed. Good throw as well. We'll get a courtesy runner now. That'll be Nick Green coming on to pinch run.
And Green is also playing the field for the DH spot.
That's right.
Now that Randazzo's moved into pitch. We'll have a meeting on the mound. Juan Carlos Sanchez and his infield talking things over.
Yeah, this is, I'm sure, going to be a conversation about the base runner. Green is a threat to run. A guy that you try to get in scoring position and give Johnson the opportunity to do something special and get a base hit.
Johnson struggled at the plate today. 2 swinging strikeouts. Coach Dan Cimini of University Liggett pinch hit for him with Zach Hill, who also struck out. The 7-hole has been a problem.
Yeah, Johnson, guy that spends a lot of time in that cage working on his stroke. And look, you're just trying to get to the next batter. Neil Murphy in the on-deck circle, a senior, a guy that's had some really good swings the last week. Hasn't had a lot to show for it, but he's seeing the baseball quite well.
Johnson, the sophomore, in a big spot. Murphy has hit 2 balls on the screws to left and center field. Contreras about to throw his 25th pitch in 2 innings. Not yet.
Yeah, you want to see that move by Contreras. He's got a pretty good one. That might have been his best. But you want to make sure you've seen his best move so you can time it properly if you're the base runner.
Foul tip, strike 1. Ryan Jones did steal second on Valdivinos behind the dish. That's the only base running action that University Liggett has done today.
Yeah, they're usually more active on the paths.
Green's going. Swing and a miss. The throw is left and into center field.
Good read by Green. Throw is to the third base side. Wouldn't have mattered. They would not have gotten Green anyway. This is a fine jump. I don't know. Actually, it was a pretty good throw that would have been close if it was up the middle, thanks to that replay.
Diaz left it behind him.
Yeah.
0-2 count. Contreras is ahead. Here's the pitch. Johnson punches it to second. Gutierrez, comfortable, makes the play. Still no break through 9. 2-2, runner stranded for University Liggett. We'll go to the 10th. Still going between Western and Liggett.
Your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all. And from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Top of the order up for Detroit Western. Joey Randazzo still dealing for University Liggett. Rico Valdivinos takes a strike on the outside corner, and we're in the 10th. Pop up off the hands. Purify settles under it. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's right. 11th inning?
10th.
10th inning. Okay, these innings are running together.
The scoreboard in right center field only goes to the 8th.
Yeah. Well, right. So you got to do some math there. And that's where I get lost. Any kind of math I got to do is trouble.
I haven't taken a math class in 3 years, Chad. I'm not planning on it anytime soon.
Yeah, we're on that other side of the brain. You just want to stay away from that other. There's just no need.
Also, when you're in the sun, we're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
A pop up to right from Contreras. Could be in danger zone, but not for Reggie Sharp.
Wow.
Over the shoulder catch. Like he was making a football play right in the breadbasket.
Reggie, such a great athlete. Plays soccer. Back to the basket, or back to the home plate. Whale of a play. Such a great athlete. Knows the spot to get to and knows how to get there. Has the physical abilities to do so. Big out, number 2.
Sharp known as defender with plus range.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Diaz, 2 for 4. A cue ball back to Randazzo. And that's about as stress-free as it can get. Easy 1-2-3 Randazzo through the top of the order, and it's another chance for a walk-off for Liggett.
Key
differentiator here at University Liggett School and University Liggett Middle School is our approach to teaching and learning. Teaching and learning isn't something that happens to kids here, it's something that matters to them. And the ways that you see that come alive in middle school are through the projects that students are working on. Our sixth graders in the hallway with RC cars, racing them down the hallway and slamming on the brakes, trying to figure out the formula for velocity rather than that being something that they look up in their textbook. I think about our 7th grade bodybuilder projects where students are creating a two-dimensional scale model of the human body that includes every body system. I think of our 8th graders with their civics projects where they're looking at a problem that exists in the community and thinking of ways to help solve that problem, but not only thinking of ways, taking action steps, writing letters to representatives, creating PR campaigns to help solve their problem. Any opportunity we have to make sure that students' questions matter, that student voice and choice have a place in the classroom is where we're going to be.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Still 2s on the board in the bottom of the 10th between the Cowboys of Detroit Western and the Knights of University Liggett. With Chad Bush, I'm Ian Unsworth. We're still going here, Long Ball Live. We've been live for now over 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we got another 2.5 to come. And we're having some fun. Glad you're here, man. We'll do this again. This is a big at-bat for Neil Murphy. Guy that can really start things. He saw the ball really well earlier, both at-bats.
He takes a Julian Contreras offering inside. Murphy's been swinging it well as of late. Had a 2-run homer against Harper Woods on Senior Day. As he hits a pop-up to third base. Cruz controls the infield.
Randazzo, who's come on in relief and just been outstanding on the mound in a spot that he likes to start off an inning with 1 out and flip this lineup over to Purifying Company.
One thing you can know about this Liggett team, they're never feeling pressure. First pitch, a strike to Randazzo.
That's right.
But you've got a group that's played on the biggest of stages, the Little League World Series, state championship. This is nothing for the Knights.
That's right. Been there, done that, old hat. Joey was one of the stars on that 2017 World Series team. Of course, the 17 team made it and the 18 team made it.
Randazzo down in the count and rung up.
We've seen Herschel Bell call that high strike pretty consistently. You talked about he's widened that zone as the game's gone on. I mean, we're in the bottom of the 10th. And Joey didn't have much to say. He knew it and headed back.
Pounded that bat on the ground as he went to first base dugout. So it's up to Jaron Purify. Clemson commit digs in for the 5th time today. And the #1 player in Michigan in the class of 2023 takes a strike from the outside corner.
Got all the tools in the world.
And he jacks a curveball to left. This is trouble and potentially extra bases. Jurasai a little trouble getting it off the fence. Purify might be caught in the middle. Whoa. And now it gets past the pitcher. Purify's thinking 3, and he's there.
Well, third time is a charm. He had 3 chances to go to third, passed him the first 2 up. Could have gone without the throw. Then the throw was errant, didn't go. And then the third one passed somehow through the infield. And that's significant. 90 feet away is that scoring game-winning run. But how about Jaron Purify with his second hit of the ball game and an extra base hit here?
A double advances to third on the error, and this is a huge spot for Reggie Sharp. 3 ground outs and a strikeout for the Michigan commit. Contreras deals. Sharp on the ground, past third base, and that'll walk it off. Reggie Sharp seals the deal. Liggett takes it 3-2.
Primetime players step up in big-time spots, and Reggie didn't waste much time. And it didn't matter that the base runner had advanced to third. It would have scored Purify anyway. Clutch hit down the line, just under the glove of Cruz. And the Knights win again, back-to-back big-time wins in the Glenn Conley Invitational.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Detroit Western put up a fantastic fight, but it's University Liggett that gets its 19th win of the year on a Reggie Sharp walk-off. Jaron Purify had the leadoff bomb, and he was hitting all day. 3 for 5. Preston Barr, a tank in the 4th, sending it over left center field. That was Liggett's second run, but the bats went cold for a little bit. Detroit Western would fight back with some runs of its own. That's a Ryan Jones double off the right field wall. He was stranded. And then this is where Western got some things going in the 5th.
Yeah, this is where Western got off with a double. They would continue it with a fine bunt here. It was an error, and that was an unearned run. Both runs were unearned. Into score came Frias. And then the chopper to second that scored the run. That would tie it at 2 with 2 runs in the 5th. And then a fine play here, Ian, to get Liggett to get the stop.
Joey Randazzo came in, that 5-3-2. Barr to Johnson to service, saved what could have been the game-winning run. Western would keep the pressure on, but there's the walk-off off the bat of Reggie Sharp. Snuck it past the third baseman Cruz, and that's how we wrap up game 1. Liggett takes it 3-2. The Knights will be back in just a couple minutes. Second game of the Glenn Conley Invitational here at University Liggett High School. The number 3 team in Division II takes on the number 1 team in Division I, the Northville Mustangs, who just sustained a mighty blow earlier today.
Just their 3rd loss of the year across town. They'll look to bounce back. Liggett with all kinds of momentum with a win over Western and a win over Grosse Pointe South yesterday. Going to be a lot of fun, Ian. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's do this again in about 15 minutes, shall we?
Oh, we're going to have some fun. Preston Barr on the bump for Liggett against some of the best players in the state. Stick around here on Long Ball Live.